All right, folks, welcome back. Got another turn here in Mountain Arena. Not a lot happening, so it's going to be a pretty quick one. A lot of the wars have wound down. Lanka has probably conquered the last of the Machakans. Okay, hey Omni, with the Machaka fight over, we're going to be pretty boring with the next 4 to 5 fights as we do housekeeping. 4 to 5 turns, I'm sorry, as we do housekeeping. Machaka's lands are a catastrophic hellscape with Death 3, Misfortune 3, false prophets, sectarian movements, demon worshipping barbs everywhere, friggin' indie Bane charm. It's just a disaster. His cap is at 1900 or 19,000 population already. Jesus Christ. So we need to get our lands in order, craft feathers, set up blood hunting, grab the throne, and get set up to intervene in the Agartha TNN war if that's still going. Much respect to Machaka for being an honorable and deadly foe. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Machaka. And thank you, Lanka, for that note. These next few turns are going to be where I potentially get punished for taking Blood Surge and thus only having 6 strength on my bless. 28 slashing bludgeoning damage is very good, but it means that it means one needs to roll for chip damage against super combatants. I'm bringing Turkey mages to places where Nepalheim might choose to fight. They have 2 rolls. Casting Curse will mean the Nepal Jarls participating in combat will end the battle horribly crippled. That affliction is quite significant because the Jarls will be preventing a lot of my attacks with Repel, at least in cold scales. While cursing the Jarls will not suffice to afflict them more than that, because Jarls are size 6 and my Jaguar Warriors are size 2 linked 1 weapons, we can only hit their legs. So I'm also point buffing Enlarge on armies and the troops to make them hit for 32, which should reliably pierce Frost Giant Protection, which is 28, which 28 will not. And it also means they will have a reach length of 4 in their initial form, even though... Right, so they can hit the arms, I guess. Because they're looking to amputate some arms. Okay. I think 5 when in Were-Jaguar form. So I may be able to hit the chest and cause chest slot afflictions, like Chest Wound, which gives you affliction. I hope to have some lucky Mind Burns to do head affliction too, like Mute. If he's using a Holy Avenger script, then there's a good chance I lose my armies despite these precautions. Okay. So let's see. Let's go. Let's start with Miklin again. I kind of want to do Lanka, but there wasn't much happening. Nepalheim summoning the Indies to his defense. Oh man, they get wrecked. Did they even kill anything? 2 Beast Bats. They didn't get any of the Jaguar Warriors. That's pretty impressive. And this is cracked now. Niflheim takes this with 3... He brought his 3 Nepal Jarls to fuck with Miklin. Because he's pissed. He's pissed that Miklin is stabbing him after they work together. Instead of defending his cap... Oh, no! And letting Miklin know exactly what's on these 3. So if they come to defend here, it's like, you know exactly what's going to happen. And Vanheim moves on top of Niflheim's cap. Are there stone hurlers here? No. I imagine Vanheim's going to lose some stuff. Because generally giants... With this kind of bless, giants generally are gonna like 1 or 2 hit these dudes. They're obviously gonna get chopped to pieces. But once, okay, looks like he killed them fast enough. Cause yeah, lucky hit they can just kind of 1-hit kill them. And once they get berserk, well, I guess they're not really getting berserk. They're getting blood surged. Yeah, I don't think he loses anything. Okay, how about that? I was thinking he would lose some. Not a lot, but I was thinking he'd lose a few. Yeah, okay. I think Niflheim's in a bad way right now. So, yeah. Oh, God. Red Rad lad, what is up? You're in such a bad way. I don't know what you do against this. Is Vanheim still being disrespectful, not even putting gear on his commanders? My expectation is yes, but it's possible he's reformed. See, this is how you know this, boys, is that, boys and girls, the only true teacher is suffering, right? The only thing that's really going to teach Ballin to put some weapons on these guys is to have this stack wiped. We'll see if he ends up getting an instruction there. These guys both can tend to just sit here and look at each other. This column in general is like way behind the other columns. Like there's basically two slow wars happening. There's this war, which is really slow. Do these guys get patrolled out? Oh no. He's got these guys patrolling. He patrols out some Jin. Oh no. Oh no, and he defeats them each individually because when you have patrol battles, they each happen one at a time. Oh no! I'll just show you one of them. If he just moved and attacked, he had a shot at actually killing all these. Not a great shot, because Long Dead have Spirit Sight. But they don't have magic weapons. They die pretty fast. But you definitely don't want to be surrounded like this. If he attacked, maybe summoned some air elementals, he could have done it, but... Oh god. I can hardly watch. What were the losses? So it was a Jin Sahir and a Shaitan and a Shaitan. He loses 2 Shaitan and about 17 Jin. God, it's such a good start for Ubar. It's about to get thrown away, I feel like. I mean, Ubar can still just have one critical battle where he wins, and it all is going to, like, change. But he's thrown away troops here on this throne. He's now thrown away a tremendous amount of, like, mages and Jin. I mean, it's turn 25. Like, these are kind of acceptable losses, but, ooh. Yikes. Dione coming in here, killing these Ichthids, too. And Hinam marches up this way, but Tianchi marches back. So now this army's out of position. It cannot keep this Tianchi army from marching to Hinam's capital. What do you do? This army can potentially kill Dione. I wouldn't march a normal Dione into that. Not 100% sure of the tech, but the tech you would need to survive anything with a Melkward in it is reasonably high. And Dawn Guard are no joke, and neither of these Long Dead Raphites, so I don't think this is what you want to run a Dione into. But I can understand this, right? Because, like, if you can't fight Tianchi, you might as well use the army to fight something it can win. That makes sense. It's like, logically, that's true. The only problem with that is that if Tianchi gets your capital, you're going to lose. Right? But if you fight Tianchi and you lose, like, it doesn't work out then either. So I think he's screwed either way unless he can really mass it. I think he needs a different army comp. He needs like 200 or 300 archers. He's just not going to get those in time. It's possible. I think he's kind of stopped recruiting them, though. I don't really know if he's been making the most wise choices on where to spend money. But, you know, he's got a lot of sages here. He might surprise us with some real cool tech. I'm not exactly sure what that will be. But we'll have to see. That's pretty spicy. Bogus attacks again. This is the second showing of Bogus here. And this time he attacks Tianchi. Don't think there's much else to show in this column. Yeah, so we'll see. I expect Tianchi to just move on this guy's capital, but maybe he waits, or maybe they have some kind of agreement. Not sure. We'll find out. Moving over, Agartha pings this with the priest and pings this with the scout. He wants to see what he's getting into. Meanwhile, the elves have rematerialized here. So they're back here in this fort. And presumably, Agartha's going to have to move on them. It's kind of interesting. Like, I feel like the people who have really one-sided first wars are going to do so much better in this. Like, I just feel like the clock is really ticking on these guys. Some brigands attack here. Barbs attack here. Oh, wait. Machaka's dead. Machaka got killed by Indies. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Oh, my God. What a way to go out. What a way to go out. Decent amount of PD, too. 17. Just goes out to Indies. And TNG did claim the Throne of Bureaucracy here. We'll take a quick look at the thrones and the score graphs. Throne of Bureaucracy is TNG's. Throne of Knowledge belongs to Ubar. I don't think we've seen many other thrones fought aside from that. Could be there's an unclaimed one somewhere. We'll take a look at score graphs as we've got some time. Here we see the passing of Sarmatia. And then we see the passing of Machaka. And Nepalheim is not yet passed, but they're on their way. Who is this that's really low? This can't be Ubar. No. Oh, it's Hinnom. Yeah. Yeah, Hinnom's next up. So yeah, these guys are kind of these two guys are kind of on their way out of the game. Everybody else is in a pretty tight cluster, with Micklin being at the front, Vanheim being number 2 for provinces, Lanka being number 3. Yeah, God, you remember there was only a few episodes ago I was saying Ubar I felt was in position 2. They just had such an amazing start. But I feel they're throwing it away now. They're definitely not in position 2 anymore. Losing all that this turn. I think I was expecting him to do Holy Scourges too. I think putting all those fire gems and the Just Crosses was probably not great. It's not horrible, you know. But I feel like it's not great. Yeah. Take a look at some of these other ones. Forts, people are kind of about the same. I'm just going to look only if there's something exceptional. Income, Vanheim surprisingly number 1. Micklin's number 2, though, with not great scales. Ubar, pretty good as well. Yeah, I mean, the Ubar position is definitely winnable. But it's not position 2 anymore. Jim Income, TNG crushing it, but somebody's just shooting up like a rocket ship. It's Yomi. Dude, Yomi's been just making hay out here with these magic sites. Holy shit. Look at him go. And he's in position 2 for gems now. That's really cool. Research, one of these is not like the other, and that is Ubar. And this is why I was saying he was in position 2 earlier. It's because he's got 2 sites that can make sages. It's ridiculous. And a ton of gem income. It's a very good Ubar, or it was a very good Ubar position, but you can't shit the bed on the military stuff, which he hasn't done yet. He still has his big army, but I'm getting bed shitting vibes. Army size. Oh wait, I want to look at Dominion. Just where's Micklin here? Oh, it's pretty low, but stable. Yeah, Micklin number 1, but a lot of this isn't real army. A lot of this is slaves. Lanka number 2, a lot of this is passable, like you would actually use it in combat. I think Lanka is number 1 in army. When you look at actual military power, they are just really fucking strong right now. Who's this? I think this is Yomi in number 2 or 3. And then the next up is Ubar tied with Hinnom. Interesting. Tianchi doesn't have a tremendous amount. They lost some in this throne battle, but they have quality. Like, their stuff is just going to shred Niflheim stuff. But the thing is, the Tianchi stuff isn't absolutely amazing against PD dumps. Like, Niflheim with, you know, maybe flaming arrows. I don't know how much that's actually going to help against, like, Warriors of the 5 Elements. It'll help some. 300 archers or something in that chaff. He could win this. Like, the hit-on position is not hopeless. But I mean, where the pieces are on the board right now, he's pretty out of position. And Agartha, yeah, it's a big cluster. Big cluster. All right. So I hope you guys are enjoying. We'll see what happens next. And until then, take care.